morning everyone. Last night I couldn't show you how I finished off because it got too dark. It was a long old day yesterday, 6 in the morning till 9:30 at night, but I had to get the job finished. Don't know if you can see it too well, but I had four of the lintels put in last night. I've quickly just chucked another one up this morning. I've just got the gobbo around it. But the main thing last night was, that's a bit better. I've got a row of soldier to Jolo bricks along the front there, which helped support the tiles. And that blocked everything in last night, but it was late running to get the job finished off in time to get it sealed up. The main thing was that we'd got the door on. So last night I had for the first time near enough for a month, I was properly secured in without anything open to the elements, which was rather nice because it does get chilly at night here still. I mean, it wasn't warm by any means, but it's better than it has been, certainly. So I'm going to carry on with a little bit more of that today, but the main project today is cracking on with the bathroom and the bedroom. So we'll see how we get on a bit later. Oh yeah, it's got too hot today for mixing more cement, so I'm going back to my boring job, knocking the old plaster off the wall at the back there. But I'll have an hour on it anyway. It'll be a bit cooler than that other job. It's plenty warm enough at the moment. 6:30, I'm going to call it a night tonight. I'm not going to bother doing any more. It's been a funny sort of day. This is, I've been backfilling above the door here. That's only a filling in, literally a filling in job, but it just takes time to do. I've got the next row ready to be cemented in tomorrow. Then I'll backfill some more. I'll show what else I've been doing downstairs. Right, we're now in the bathroom. It'll come from this angle. Don't look so a lot's been going on, but it's very slow processing here, but you do a bit then move on. Yesterday I built that side half wall. This screen is going on top of this wall here, upwards, so it allows some light through to the rest of the house. I had to work out where the other side of the bathroom was going to be. I'd made a start on that small wall there. It's going to go all the way to the top. This one here will go all the way to the top, but today I want to try and get that wall up to the glass. Let me come from this side and try and get the wall up. Probably not to the ceiling, but on level par with this wall. And then we've got the glass to come in across and round here. And then we just take up to the ceiling and fill the gaps in. On this bad boy, bedroom number 1 is a slow process because I put 2 more blocks in yesterday, but one of them I've had to smash the front of the block. In fact, 2 of them have, because I couldn't get them threaded down the rebar. That's how I really wanted to do it. There isn't a lot of space to do it, and it was starting to make the glass creak, and the last thing I want is that window to smash out. Else I'll be in big trouble then, because already this bedroom is looking quite dark. Come on the inside here. See, it's quite dark in here. I know Andy the electrician's coming on Saturday, so he will throw some light onto the situation, because at the moment I've got to have an artificial light every time I'll come in here working on it because it's just too dark. But we're getting to the point where if I can get that one across either today or tomorrow, then get it supported on a bit more Tijolo brick wall, then I may put a couple of these light bricks in this corner piece as well, just throw a little bit more light. We'll see how we go, because some of it is a bit complicated to do. It's nice in theory, but it's difficult to do in practice. But that's where we are today. It's going to be another day of mixing and building today, hopefully. I think the weather's going to be another 30-degree job as well, so I should be indoors more than out, definitely. Right, we've haven't really moved on much today, but I've got the wall up a couple more rows on this side. The other side is complete. I'm not going any higher than that because I'm using that to screen the other side. So this has got another 1, 2, 3 more courses to go, which I'll probably do 2 of them tomorrow, or hopefully the 3rd one as well, but I've got to let it set, obviously. Still messing about around here because I've got to try and box this toilet in somehow, because I've been told it's one of these hidden ones, so I've got to try and work out how to do that. It's going to be incorporated in the walls somehow. The other thing that took quite longer than I thought it would do, but again it's important to, it don't look out at the moment, but this is the cupboard. Originally I was going to have one big door, but I've decided to chop it down now into two doors. So we're going to have a top and a bottom one. So I've got to work out my next shelf where it lands, so that it lands at the split of the door. But I've actually put a back to it. Ooh. Let's put a back to it, and behind there's some insulation as well. You can see a bit there. And I've also done that on this bit of around the window there. That's got some insulation material behind it as well, so it's just added extra little bits, which takes time, but again it should make it a bit more comfortable when it's finally done. This is all a bit school with, because the toilet door or the bathroom door is on a lean this way. Kaz likes quirky, so she won't care, but this wall was starting to flail out, and I thought, no, I don't want it like that. So I thought I've got to bring this brick in to bring it level, coming up together, same distance apart, 22 inches I think it is. And then I thought that leaves that ugly there, and I thought, oh, what I'll do, I'll use a bit of Portuguese ingenuity and make a shelf. So I found myself a nice bit of slate. I don't know what she's going to put on it, but no doubt she'll find something to put on it, even if it's only spare loo rolls. But I thought I'd do it, and it takes the eye off the weird slope of the wall, because it's not going where it's supposed to really, but it's going to be rendered and painted when I've finished anyway, so it doesn't really matter. In here, I was just eyeing this one up again, what I was going to do with that one. I've got that one ready to do, but I didn't actually get round to doing it today. So I'm going to have another cementing day tomorrow, and also didn't get on any further with this today, but I don't mind that, because I want to leave that one a couple of days in between to really go off, because there's a lot of wobbling about with that one, and I don't like the setup, but it is what it is. So a quick look at the temperature. Where are we? Can I read that? It's upside down, isn't it? Yeah, 24.9. That's downstairs. That's downstairs at 6:30 at night. It's just the right sort of temperature to work with now, but sadly it's the end of the day for me, because I'm cream crackered. Oh, I've got to get scrubbed up. Make myself a bit of tea as well. So we'll have a play another day. Following lunchtime, this is how far I've got on. I've got to the glass brick level now, which is what I wanted to get yesterday, really. I've got a problem here, though, that the temperature, there's been a disruptions likely due to extreme of temperatures. So that's interesting on my phone. Now I've got myself a little digital thermometer, which I move around, and it's 31.5 it's saying at the moment. Is it? Let me read it. Can't see it properly. Oh no, beg your pardon. It's saying 37. Can't read it properly. 37.6. That is saying. That's in direct sunlight, obviously. Now I've got a thermometer, an old-fashioned one, on the wall in the shed here, which is in the shade. If I can read it. Yeah, and it's only 22. Look. Where are we? Yeah. No, big pan, 25, 26. Big pan, just under 80. 26. So there is a remarkable difference in direct and shade. And I'm going to take it. Would do to get to 34 by 4 o'clock, which is, if it's 34 in the shade and it's 37 in direct sunlight now, you can guess what's going to happen. I'm going to leave that there on my wall. I'm going to come back to it later when it's cooled down, just to see what it actually reads. But we're going to have to stop and think about working sensibly here, because if you're doing the physical jobs in the heat, you're going to bug yourself up. It don't feel too bad in here, if I'm honest with you, but you still got to take on plenty of water, plenty of drink. But I think this afternoon I should have a cup of coffee, because it is 1 o'clock-ish. So I think, what is it? Yeah, 1:15 actually. Yeah, 1:15. So I will stop for half an hour, have a sarnie or something. Then I'll come back. Then I've got to watch it for the next couple of hours, because it's only going to go one way. I think it's about 8 o'clock tonight when it starts getting down to 28, 29 degrees. So even then, that's plenty warm enough, isn't it? But that's what we want. We just don't want to be working in it. So back upstairs, have my coffee, quick sarnie, and then we'll have a look this afternoon, see what's happening. Good morning, everyone, from a lovely warm day in Portugal. It was hot last night, 29 degrees when I was trying to get to sleep at midnight. I hadn't had many hours sleep last night. Right, I didn't film much yesterday because it was a repeat of the day before, really. It's just slow going, and it's the same stuff. Today I've dragged up from outside. That was a task in itself. Out there I'd got my bed settee, which I'd begged. Never used it or out. It's in the right state, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to get it cleaned up and use it, because Andy's coming tomorrow as we speak. He's on his way to Luton, the electrician man, so he'll be coming to see me tomorrow. That bed's got to go down into the bedroom down here. So today I'm still messing a bit out, but I'm aware that I've got to try and get the bedroom finished if I can, or livable for Andy at least. Just finished the top row of these bricks this morning, and I didn't have much joy top there. I'm not happy with that at all, but it's just going to have to be what it'll be. I've run out of Tijolo bricks as well, so I can't. I'm trying not to go uptown until I go and pick Andy up if I can help it. So I've got plenty to do, because I've got to get this bedroom swept out and the bed put in it. I did a trial run with the glass bricks to see how it'd be, see how much light it'll throw in, and then I shall put a bed of cement along the bottom there, then put some rebar rod between the here. Apparently you have to as well. As I was written, that took me about an hour to translate how to mix the gobbo up for it, the glass gobbo, because it doesn't tell you in English, obviously. Also yesterday I had more repairs to do up there, because that wall fell in and that bar, that wooden one, rotted. It was, when I first came, it was across to that wall and snapped on top of that pole at that point there. So last night I carefully went across there, took all the cross slats off. I'd already got the tiles off from previous, and I've blocked up on this beam here. This one's quite a good one, so it's holding and there's another one back there. It's holding the tiles up at this point. I've left them others on because I need to put the tiles back on before I leave, but I'm doing it at a lower level eventually. Let me come over here, because where the patio doors end, that's where the wall's going across flat, but it's higher up at the moment. As you can see, the original one is higher. So I've actually took a few of them rocks down at the far end there, and I'm going to bring them down lower, or as low as the patio, bottom of the patio doors. Because, as I mentioned before, the front of this, when I get the block and beam in, the front is going to be tied into this wall, obviously below the level of the patio door, so you walk straight out onto it, and it is higher up at the moment. That so they're coming down to that level, and then I'm going to leave the rest of it together for the time being, because when the roof comes off to put the block and beams in, obviously then the back wall will probably have to be lifted up a bit, because I think Mark said there's a 5 degree, although it's classed as flat, there's a 5 degree pitch on it for the rain and everything to go away. So this is the bottom of the doorway. This is bottom of the patio door. So from that point there across, and then down 4 degrees. So I think the back wall will have to be built up a little bit. But again, I'm not that bothered because I've already built one wall there. Look, practicing my Portuguese skills. I think in olden days I would have been either an Egyptian worker on the pyramids, or probably one of the Roman road builders, because I do enjoy the materials that they use and the simplicity of it all. Although I'm not keen of all of this mud holding things together, so whenever I repair something or build it, it has to have cement in it rather than mainly because of it works, obviously, because these houses are still here after 80, 90 years, but it's so dusty and crappy. You know, there's dust everywhere. Whenever you move, there's dust. So I'm not going to stick with the old-fashioned ways to that. I want it to look similar. I'm quite happy to have white plastered walls like this, but I'm not happy to have it all crumbly like that. So it'll be modern day stuff. And obviously where I can, I'm sticking with the traditional look of the old stone, because I do like that. But that's where we're at the moment. I'm rapidly running out of time because I've got things to do once Andy gets here tomorrow. Obviously the pair of us would be doing things together, and we're into the last week then. So we'll have to finish a few jobs off. Right, it's coffee time. There we are, my favourite restaurant.
Chimney, Bull Hills.
Yeah.
On the way there,
Smile. Hang on. This is Andrew. Hello, Andrew. Sparky to his mates. Hello. We're having an upgrade on some of the lighting. We're going LED. Because unfortunately in here, everything is so dark.
Can you just switch that switch over there, Steve?
I can. Right, well, let's... oh, my friend here. Andy's got the electric off this morning for the time being, so we're having to have a coffee the old-fashioned way. The old whistling kettle on the gas stove. It's been a very hot few nights. Struggled last night to get to sleep. At least 2 o'clock before I got off. So this morning, because we're going to have another hot day, I've put some of this green shade cloth across the door. See if it helps. Because at the moment, it's 12 o'clock-ish and it is 30 degrees. Well, 30.3 degrees at dinner time, so it's going to get hotter again. We're going to have another 38 degrees today, I think. Now today's really our last full day. Well, we'll get a bit more in tomorrow, but I've got to start thinking about shutting up shop then. Right, I'll show you a bit later how far we've got on with everything. I have to do what everyone does, take a picture of the food. This was prepared by Andy. Doesn't that look good? Right, I'm going to enjoy it now.
We have a weep.
We have a weep, Andrew. We've got you filmed doing this. Andrew's weeping. Andrew's actually trying to get us a shower over the bath.
With no, with no electricity.
With very limited 6 volt battery power. Or very limited wattage or ampage, whatever you call it. But this is a little hand washing heater. We think we're at the moment of truth.
We've only got 3.5 kilowatts coming into the property.
So those that know anything about anything realise that that's next to naught. It's enough to warm a cup of tea.
We ought to have a couple of clips in there, but
yeah, we're going to clip it up in a minute, but we're just seeing whether.
I might be able to help that actually. Right, okay, that's it.
So Andrew says that's it.
Next is electric.
We're going to put some electric to it, and then we're going to try it.
I'm going to finish my lights first.
He's going to finish his lights, I'm going to make him a cup of coffee or a tea.
Sounds good.
Last full working day here. We've got to start tidying up and finishing off. That's where the wall caved in. I did fix it yesterday, but I'm not bothering with this top here. I know it's going to let the weather in, but I'm hoping to be back later on in the year to put the block and beam across there. For Kaz's sake, because she hasn't really seen fully what we've done. This is the floor that I wanted to get concreted this time, but I'm going to have to level it out and go again next time I come. I built her a little quirky wall there, just for the devilment. But I'm falling about all over because it is slippery down here still. Because the wood shed, because the welder won't work, I was going to make a metal door here, but I'm not going to now because security wise I'm going to have to do what I always do, is just barricade it in from the outside. So I've got to tidy all this wood shed up. There is one more working job that's got to be done before I go, and that's this beam here. Well, there's two actually that's snapped and broken. So I'm going to have to try and repair both of them if I can. Then I've got to tidy up out the back here. I've disconnected the water supply for the time being. That feeds our tank at the top there. And I'm just starting to gather some bits up that need to go back to England. Right, we managed to get the two beams that had rotted out fixed here. Big one and the one you see here, that's the rotten bit. We've left it in, but the big one at the side of it and the other one at the side there, they're adequate for holding the roof up, because this one's going to have the block and beam. That's where the corner come out. We've done a bit of remedial work, but again, the block and beam shed, this is all going to be sorted out later on in the year or next year, whenever. So I'm not unduly worried at the moment about it. I think that's right. Yeah, that's recorded. Right, here is Andrew. Ta-da! He's come down the garden and we've come to water the bird of paradise, which we brought from England.
This is water.
Yeah, it's got a magic ingredient. There are Kaz. It's got a fighting chance, but it is an exotic plant, the bird of paradise. It likes desert conditions.
Yeah.
And just an update on our cacti. Since we've been coming here, we had one ear of a cactus 1 year that Mick planted for me, and since then they've grown like that. That's good, isn't it? A quick look at I'm a bit ashamed about this because all this wood's been here for a couple of years now at least, and I really wanted to cut it all. The land is in a dangerous position with the dryness of it all, but the local shepherd said that he'd get his sheep on it at some point, so I'm hoping that they're going to honour it. It saves me having to try and get it cut.
when he picked me up.
Yeah.
We went back to the van, I put my suitcase in here and bag,
Yeah.
locked the van up, went. When we come back, that window was fully down.
The Portuguese, so honest. Right, we're on the first stop on the way back to Santander. That's the boys, we've got our second stop. And now we're supposed to wash the windscreen, but we'll get round to it.
There's that bottle of lemon behind your seat.
Yeah, I might chuck a bit of that on. Right,
I won't chuck it on there because it'll be too hot to spray.
we're now ready for the last bit of the journey for today. Then we're going to find somewhere to sleep tonight. Right, the first session's done this morning. I've got all of the lintels up now, and now I've got to backfill this hole, and there's 22 inches worth of rocks and bits and bobs I've got to put on there, but I'm not sure that I want to do that. It uses a hell of a lot of cement. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cement in the front along here so it goes with the rest of the wall, and then I'm going to backfill it without cement, because those Tijolo bricks are cemented in, and I've also filled them with cement for extra strength as well. They're only holding up the tiles, so it's not a big deal. And this is going to, now I'm happy with this now that I've got this far with it. This is going to be a drop back job, because I think probably every first mix of the day I should probably come and do something on here, then get back onto the other jobs which need cement, which is a bathroom in the bedroom, which is after my cup of tea, or coffee I should say. That's where I'm heading. Well, I've finally got here. The usual sitting in the queues. There's the boat. There's all the rich people with the campers. Probably sat here, it's a bit warm, but we'll soon be on board. Right, I've come to the end of this video, sadly. I've run out of footage, but one thing I didn't do, and I promised I would do, is a shout out. Two people quite enjoy my videos, I believe. One's Danny the Rat, and the other one is Georgie. Now, Georgie, you've been very supportive of this channel. I do appreciate it. You have to wait a bit longer now, though, because I'm back in England, so I shall end up having to wait a few more months before I can put any decent about the project. But thanks for watching. Thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you a bit later.